chase the bag, gotta chase the bag. Ain't no need to.
What's up and welcome to Lunchtime in the Lab, your number one gambling podcast for quick picks. I am your host as always. Thanks so much for tuning in. Let's see, Friday edition of Lunchtime in the Lab. Let me get my notes pulled up here. Oops. Oh yeah, that's right. Into the stream yesterday. Computer did the old blue screen thing on me again. First time in a while since I updated like the RAM and everything. So that's not ideal. So we'll hope. I also had a lot of tabs open, a lot of things running or whatever, maybe. So we'll try to be maybe a little more careful, I guess. Today. What's up, Scott? Let's see. I feel like what we got going on here. All right, we'll go ahead and just jump into it today, guys. 11:32 already. We got a lot going on today. A lot going on. Big baseball slate. We got college baseball going on. We got the two play-in, the last ends of the play-in tournaments for the NBA. So I, just sitting here in my last 5 minutes before the podcast started, just trying to just have a plan. These are the days you have to be careful not to, have too many units out, too many bets out, so I'm looking, it's like, okay, I've already posted college baseball play in the Discord. Okay, I've already got a baseball play in the Discord. And then it's like, okay, I know what basketball play I want to run. I got one from each. Then it's kind of like, all right, if this first one hits, then I'll run this, so just trying to kind of have a plan. Like, man, I've said it before. I wish I was the type of guy that can put out like 7 or 8 plays or something like that. But that'd be the day that I go 0-7 or 0-8, which obviously would just be nearly impossible with the research and stuff I do. But B, I mean, that would suck obviously for people paying and everything like that. What's that, Maddox? What's up? Let's see. Let's add. There we go. Add to the stage. Click this button. All right. So, as usual, we'll talk beer money picks just real quick. Bottom link here in YouTube. If you're watching or listening on audio, there's a link there as well. All caps code Lunchtime, 25% off the 2-week or the monthly if you're interested in checking it out. Get my quote unquote VIP type plays or stick to it free. Obviously, any way works for me. Up 65 units in the first year here with this group. Was negative in January, had a good February, 25 units in February, 35, I think, in March. Holding on, man. I went through that rough streak, still kind of coming out of it, still trying to get my groove going. Really should have hit a couple good plays yesterday, but Mike Trout let us down. We'll talk about that in a second. But we had some good looks and everything, yesterday and this month. Holding on to, I think, 3 units positive. But hey, green is green, and sometimes people forget about that. I see it a lot, whether it's in the Discord or on Twitter. It's like, wow, you bet $10 to win $10, like, good for you. And it's like, that's not what it's about, though. It's about winning. It's someone's betting $10 to win $20, like, that's okay. You don't have to bet $100 to win $100 or $500 to, you ain't got to be hitting. Somebody hits a parlay and put $10 on it to win 150. Like, that's a hell of a hit. But then people want to put it down sometimes. Oh, I should have put $100 on to win 1,500. Like, everyone's caught up with how much they're winning. They forget that just winning is successful. Obviously, that's something to chew on, I guess. So getting deep on the podcast here. But today's Friday, 4/19. Before we get into today's plays, as usual, we'll take a look back and see what we did yesterday. Yesterday, we had an 0-2 day. Would like to think we would have gone 2-1, but that play, I feel like I'm like super tall on here for some reason. But then like my green screen's going to get messed up. So you can like see my hat. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe that's better. 0-2 day yesterday. I'll tell you what. Angels had a base runner in nearly every inning, if not every single inning of this game. They only scored 1 run. Just an example of, I guess, how you can have what I felt was a good read and it just not work. We had 2 pitchers that were terrible. We have 2 bullpens that are not good behind it. Angels just could not do it. They just couldn't get anything going. Not many strikeouts, a lot of contact. They just hitting the ball hard, just hitting it right to somebody. Mike Trout had just 1. He actually didn't even get hit. Well, we had the hits run RBI. He got walked, stole second, stole third, that, and really the only reason they got a run is because he stole 2 bases. He ended up getting a run, so we got one. So kind of got hooked on it. First time betting Trout this year. Probably won't be the last time, I suppose. But we had Trout and Adolis Garcia for a home run. Garcia goes Yahtzee. We just needed Trout to hit a home run. Couldn't do it for us. I had a total base parlay in the Discord. It was Trout. What's that? Rosario, I think is how you say it for the Rays there. And then Garcia. All of them hit. All of them hit really easily. Trout, man, just Trout couldn't do it. I wasn't able to watch the end of it. I was looking on FanDuel and it says 100 and what did it say? 102, maybe 107 mile per hour hit. And it shows it going, over the fence. And I'm like, please be a home run. Please be a home run. And it's, it's a pop fly. Let's see. It was 108 mile per hour, 378 feet fly out. Man, if Trout would have got a home run, we would have hit 2 good bets. If he would have got a double for us, man, we would have hit a plus 900. That's just the way it goes, So we were on the cusp of greatness yesterday, but we turn around and we do it again. That's the benefit of gambling. We get to do it every day, as long as we are staying on top of the unit management, as long as we're not betting too much and staying on it. Like I said, this podcast is up like 15 units. If you followed all my plays, you're up 15 units from the jump. That is not fantastic, but it is certainly green. We get to do this and kind of give some information, get to answer questions, and it's kind of serving its purpose or whatever, But here we go. First game up today. This is gonna be quick because we're gonna run this back, but we're changing it up. So last night, the play yesterday. What's up, Jared? What's up, TJ? The play yesterday was the Cubs and the team total. Game ended up getting postponed. In the Discord, I ended up going Cody Bellinger hit, Cubs money line. That's what we're going to run back today. We're going to run back Cubs money line plus Bellinger. So we're going to go through this one kind of quick because we already talked about this yesterday, but the game was canceled. Kind of nice though, because now we get a 2:00 game instead of I don't know when, the late games or whatever. We got to sit. Not a lot of action going on today, so we got this game at 2:21 p.m. on the Eastern time zone, and then nothing else until 6. So plenty of time to research or sit around or do some housework or whatever you got going on. Then you can do a Friday night of a bunch of sports on. Quickly, like I said, in case you didn't watch yesterday, Cubs are 9-1 in the last 10 home games. They're bring back Jamison Talon. We had a conversation on how to pronounce this yesterday too. I'm still not convinced that the guy that was right. I think it's Talon. He was pretty solid in the second half of the year for the Cubs. He puts out a halfway decent, outing here. I think we're going to be okay. Marlins, not very good. Pitcher they have going, AJ Puck, converted reliever from last year. A relief pitcher. He's 0-3 to start the year with a 5.91 ERA. He's given up 2, 4, and 4 runs in his starts. Then he hands it over to the second worst bullpen in the league. So just in terms of the Cubs getting the win, we're at minus 162 for the money line. If you're comfortable playing it, I think we're good. Cubs have been away for a long stretch here, like 9 games in a row or something crazy like that. Maybe not that many, but a lot. Normally you see a team kind of come back to home and maybe they're a little soft or whatever, but they were able to have a, postpone. They were home for an extra day. So I think they come out hot, come out swinging, everything like that for them to get the win. Bellinger to get a hit, -2 something, comes out to plus 110 on DraftKings. It's a -101 on FanDuel, so maybe it came down a little bit. When I wrote it up, it was plus 110. When I locked in for Discord, it's plus 110. Bellinger, as a lefty, has done great against other lefties. It's a bit abnormal. Normally, you don't see a lot of lefties hitting lefties very well, but Cody Bellinger is one of those guys that does hit really well against a lefty. Against a lefty this year, he is 2 of 3 this year with a hit. So, 2 games he's had a hit. One of them he hasn't. What is that? 66% or whatever. Last year, the entire year last year against a left-handed pitcher, he had a hit in 35 of 42 games where there was a starting left-handed pitcher. So as you mathematicians out there was just 7 games against a starting lefty that he did not get a hit. So hopefully we can see him come out, get a hit for us. It's set up. I meant to actually, I'm sure I looked, but I forgot already. But it's a good matchup for him. He hits lefties well. Against this pitcher, He is actually 0-4 against them, but I'm not too worried about that. That's more so in relief, where you have, Puck is coming in and he's, throwing heat, because he's only going an inning 2 or something like that. We also have Cody Bellinger in some pretty good form. He's had a hit in 4 straight games and coming off a game where he just had 2 hits. So we have a lot of good things going for us. 4 straight games with a hit, and then he's going against coming up against a lefty here, which he has hit, pretty well, in the past year. Looking at even his last 10 home games against a lefty, he's hit an 8 out of his last 10. So a lot of good things going for us here. Like I said, I won't talk a whole lot about it because this is kind of the same play from yesterday. But first play is our boy Bellinger, 1 hit, Cubs money line, comes out to plus 110 on DraftKings. I don't have it pulled up anymore because I have my I love to see that. The college baseball game play that I gave out was plus 100 when I shared it in the Discord, minus 116 right now. So either your boy's out here moving lines or somebody is. Second play, I'll say 2, guys. I haven't really looked at any home runs. So if you guys want it, if anybody's got a viewpoint on a home run or anybody we think is going to hit some home runs today, go ahead and start dropping those in there. I don't have, yesterday I felt really strong about Trout coming into the podcast, and I don't really have that person today, although I didn't really look overly hard. I got this picture here. Let's pretend that DeMar DeRozan in the middle, and then on the far right, Bam. Let's pretend that those guys aren't in this image, because I'm going to focus the guy on the far left and Tyler Hero. TJ, I like Mookie. I'm going to do a 2-leg, actually probably a 3-leg. FanDuel's got the same game parlay boost for 30%. I'm going to run I'm thinking 2 guys in the Atlanta game and then Mookie in the late game. It'll come out to plus 900 generally. Anyway, play for today. All about this caveman looking fellow over here, Kobe White. I wanted to take his threes, over 2.5 threes, but it's just juiced to hell. It has been since last night. Well, I guess I'll say since, let's see, I was up at midnight with my son the first time. It started storming, and I realized I didn't have some stuff covered up, like our outdoor, furniture, and get a little fireplace thing. So I went out there in the storm. It was just starting, but lightning like crazy, I'll tell you. It was a little scary. It made me rush a little bit. And at this point, it was gone. Minus 180 it was at. It's come down. It's minus 162 to play his threes. Not feeling it, guys. I don't want to play a minus 162 in a play-in tournament. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take Kobe White for 3 threes, and we're going to take Tyler Hero for 3 threes. That comes out to plus 118 on DraftKings. It's actually minus 104 on FanDuel. Actually, let me just build it here real quick. Like I said, I normally have this stuff pulled up, but A, my computer crashed the other day when I had too much. So I was trying to be careful. B, I lost it when I did my college baseball play. So Kobe White and then Tyler Hero alt 3 plus 110 right now. Okay. I'll tell you why I like it. I need both of these mans to hit 3 threes today, and I think it's pretty dang doable. The play, though, primarily Kobe White. Tyler Hero's line is at the 3.5. If you're not hip to this, I feel good about Tyler Hero today, too. I think it's over 3.5 is a good look. However, you're going to pay minus 140 for him to have to hit 4 threes. And if you watched the game the other day, boy was building a house out of bricks. So Kobe has made 4 threes in 6 straight games against the Heat now. He has had 3+ in 7 straight games against the Heat. However, like I said, he has had 4+ now in 6 straight games against the Heat. I'll tell you, I was even thinking about even running an alt parlay, maybe like a Kobe, because I think they got. I'm pretty sure FanDuel's got some kind of bonus. I don't know if it's a no sweat. Is it a no sweat? If it's a no sweat, that's okay. It's a 30% boost. I might try to do something with that. Because I was thinking about you could run Kobe for 4 and Tyler for 5. And then add in, honestly, just some bullshit third leg just so you can boost it. And then you'd be solid. Add in the Heat plus 20, points or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Just to trick FanDuel. And then you probably get that for plus 1,000 or something like that. But let's talk some here. Kobe's made 4 threes in 6 straight games. Like I said, He's covered this in 7 straight games. Averages 8.8 attempts in those games against the Heat. In his first game, he played 44 minutes in the first game of the play-on tournament. I expect this man, like he better not be leaving the court. I think the Heat are still favored. I'm seeing a lot of people still liking the Heat. No Jimmy Butler, no Rozier, banged up, like I don't think the Heat is going to run them out of the building. The Heat's still favored by 2. I think it's going to be close. I think this is a game the Bulls can steal, to be honest. Not a Bulls fan or anything like that. If I was going to buy an NBA hat, honestly, I just thought of it. I've got so much Fanatics fan cash. Maybe I'll buy a Bulls hat. I was looking at one the other day, and they didn't have my size because I got a fat head. But let's see. I lost my train of thought. I thought I had another stat to where if he has X amount of attempts, he's, over this or whatever. But realistically, it's just the history that he has against the Heat. The guy's just like chucking threes. And I think it's going to be a close competitive game, and he's going to be letting him rip. You just love the history that he has against them. I'm a big like trend type of guy. His history, there's streaks, there's whatever. Guys, he's been shooting well. I'm not positive how many he hit last time. I don't think he hit 3 outside last time, but a ton of minutes. If he gets as many minutes as he did in the first game, I'm feeling really good about it. Hero on the other side threw up 14 attempts the other day with 40 minutes played. No Butler, no Rozier, like I said. Without Butler at home, he's over this 3.5 line in 83% of his games this year. That's probably why it's still juiced to like minus 150 or something like that at 3.5. Without Butler, he's averages 8.6 attempts. While taking at least 7 attempts at home, he covers this line in 85% of his games. The 3.5 line, we need him for just 3. He's covering the 3.5 line at 85% of the time when he takes those 7 attempts. He averages 8.6 attempts without Butler on the court. Chicago is allowing the second most threes to guards in the last 30 days in the second half of the season. So after the All-Star break, they're allowing the most pull-up threes and the 4th most catch and shoot threes. I tell you, like, I came to this matchup saying I want to bet Kobe White. After doing some research, I really like Tyler Hero as well. Looking at FanDuel, Tyler Hero is minus 142 for over 3.5. Not loving it. So taking that 3 feels like a great juice killer to combat that over 2.5 for Kobe White. Where, like I said, he's hit this in 6 straight. He's hit 4+ in 6 straight games against them. Obviously, this is a playoffs. Obviously, a lot of stuff can change, but they don't have, Jimmy Butler's not on the court anymore. Not like Butler'd be guarding him, but just in terms of the defense that he plays, I mean, dude's getting steals left and right. Like, I almost forgot about how good Jimmy Butler was. Like, I should have played his steals. He had like 2 or 3 in like the first like quarter, first like 7-8 minutes or something like that. So I like it. I think it's a good look. It's my type of play. I feel really good about it. I was trying to get in as I'm talking. I was trying to pull. Oh, Kobe did hit 3. Kobe White hit 3 against Atlanta. 43 minutes played. He shot the ball 7 times. The volume was there. He missed. He only shot 2 and 3 times late, but I don't think he was hardly playing. Actually, no, that's not true. I think he had plenty of minutes. So the game before that against the Knicks, but Knicks, play a little better defense. Pistons, he had 4. So I mean, he's in good form too. So I like it. Second play will be Kobe White, Tyler Hero, both to make 3 threes on DraftKings plus 118. Plus 110 on FanDuel. It's minus 104. So you got some extra benefit to playing on DraftKings. It's pretty good odds compared to FanDuel. Yeah, and then what's that? Mr. Payne is sorry. Yeah, he's got I had a little like builder going for the game, and I'm like, is Tyler Hero going to be the one to kill me? And then it turned into, is Maxey going to get another point? And then Maxey got it for me, and I made it. Man, I put that builder together, and I'm just sitting here. I was like, man, I miss NFL. Man, I miss college football. Like that's right now, like in this time, I for the longest was known as like the builder, Mr. Consistent, they call me, whatever. Like in the NFL, like I am so damn good at putting together builders for the NFL. College football, I'm really good at it as well. Like this team to go, it's a go over and this team to cover, give them an alt line of +10 or something like that. Same game parlay type stuff. If you were talking max and there's only one game on or something like that. Good stuff though. I miss doing it. This would probably be a pretty dang good for a builder, pretty good little builder type thing. But I feel like already though, just doing this, taking both guys to hit 2 threes is, within that territory. It's just not that 4-leg, plus 100 where, some people, throw a fit about it. Some people like it. Some people don't. Anyhow, going to the third play, you guys know the drill. If you haven't hit the like button for me, please scroll. If you're watching full screen, just pull this down, hit the like button, pull me back up. There's a red subscribe button down there. Let's see, it's right here, if I'm not mistaken, on the screen. That'll actually take you to my channel, or underneath the video, I believe it says subscribe as well. Do both of those things for me, please. This is a free show. It is also free to like it. It is also free to subscribe. So please do me a favor and do both of those things for me. I'm going to get in here as I usually do and like my own video because I always forget to do it. And all right, here we go. Third play. Really like Matt Olson today. As you may have figured out by the thumbnail that we had today, this is a picture of him, I would guess, in his home run trot. Total bases, over 1.5 total bases. DraftKings is sitting at +130 when I wrote this up. I don't have either one pulled up anymore. FanDuel is at +120, so we do have some good value on this one. I think we're in a really good spot with Olson here. I feel pretty good, to the point that I'm really contemplating trying to possibly run this as a straight play in the Discord, but I may just use it as a line in that total base parlay that I was talking about. Man, ever since I had that bad, I had like an 0-5 day. I've just been a little cautious. I don't want to have 5 plays out at once. I want to hit a play, roll another one, hit a play, roll another one. So kind of see how it's going with, tonight. We got a lot of games on. There's also, I'll say too, there's also an early up promo. I haven't seen Big E in here. He normally talks about it. I just seen that drop. I don't have a great feel for that. So if anybody's got a suggestion on that as well, I'd certainly be all ears to listen for an early up promo. We can kind of go through the slate and maybe look at it afterwards here. But we'll get through the podcast here that way and get audio out of here. People listening on just the audio side, and then we can shoot the shit, and talk some other stuff here real quick. But Matt Olson over 1.5 total bases. Like I said, DraftKings +130, FanDuel +120. At home this year, Matt Olson is over this number in 5 of 6 games. The one miss that he did have a hit, but it was just a single. Didn't have multi-hit or double, anything like that. So feel great about that. At home, he's hit in every game. So we just need him to find a hole and hit a double. I feel like Matt Olson has been grossly underperforming, just like Acuna. Both of these guys, I feel like if they heat up, the Braves are going to turn into the Braves offense that we really expect. Speaking of that, I think I had, and then I think I was up at 5 a.m. also with my son, and I was trying to put together a Stanley Cup and a World Series and a Super Bowl winner and all that stuff. I think I did Dodgers, but I honestly feel like the Braves could be another one. I was wanting to, you see it all the time where people do that stuff. It's funny. Somebody just tagged me in the Discord and asked who we like for the early up promo, because I've been running that. We hit the Rangers in the second inning yesterday, so that was nice to see. Anyway, I got way off subject here. The main play, the reason that I liked Matt Olson was because he was facing a lefty today. He's over this line in 4 straight games now against a lefty, going up against Haney. I think it's high. Oh man, I suck at pronouncing names. That's all I'm gonna say. Haney has been getting hit hard, as we discussed. We were just against him the other day. We were on the Astros first 5 team total. He actually ended up getting yanked in the 3rd inning, and they did not. They actually only had 2 in that, so I think we lost that bet. But we talked about how he's been getting nailed, and once again, he got pulled out early. He is getting mashed by lefties. Olson in his career is batting .333 against him. 5 hits, 4 singles, and a double. So he's had multiple hits. He's had some extra base hits against them. Haney is allowing a 33.75, or I'm sorry, he has a 33.75 ERA to left-handed hitters so far this year. Obviously, that's a small sample size. He's only pitched 3 times. Obviously, there's not as many lefty bats in a left-handed pitching. There's some like Jock Peterson doesn't bat when there's a lefty in. So lefty pitchers normally don't face too many lefties unless they're pretty good at hitting lefties. So that's a small sample size. That's why the number's so inflated. But lefties have hit really well against them. In fact, they're batting 500 so far this year. Lefties against Haney batting 500 so far, with an extra base hit in 25% of the hits that are given up. Olson has a slightly better batting average against lefties to start the year compared to his overall batting average or against just righties. So, man, I love it, guys. I love this play. I love this play. Like I said, if you're in the Discord, I want so badly to run this one straight, but like props just haven't been there for me. But then I find myself, I was on Francisco Lindor the other day. Like, what am I doing taking that guy who's batting like 180? It was an awesome matchup, good history. You know, he's facing a lefty, so that means he's batting righty. Batting righty is batting like 380. What am I doing taking Francisco Lindor? Taking Matt Olson seems like that'd be, you know, maybe a little smarter. So maybe if I hit this first bet, I'll come in and I'll fly Matt Olson. But I think it's a great spot. Really good things going for us and everything like that. So that's the third play. We'll pull the recap up here, close it out on the audio side, and then if anybody's that's watching live on YouTube, if you guys got any questions, you guys want to chat about anything, we can do that. If not, you know, we can call it a short show and, you know, move on. But to recap, on April 19th of Lunchtime in the Lab, Friday edition of Lunchtime in the Lab, we're going to go with the Cubs money line plus Cody Bellinger to get a hit. That's the early game, starts at 2:00. That's just about the only sports, unless you're into soccer or something like that, which I'm not. Kobe White, Tyler Hero, both to have 3 threes. Parlay that together, same game parlay. It's going to come out to even money. And then we're taking Matt Olson over 1.5 total bases, depending on where you get it, plus 120, plus 130, something like that. If you wait, maybe it'll come down to still be even money or something like that. I don't see it going minus 110 or anything like that today. But thanks so much for listening. TJ, I'll answer your question in a second. Thanks so much for listening. Be sure to follow me on social medias at Live Joe Bets. And I will see you guys back at 11:30 tomorrow. I feel like I forgot to say something. That sounded weird. I was just thinking total bases. TJ. I don't know. I thought I clicked on here. Yeah, I was thinking total bases because I was thinking about doing that like parlay. But now I'm all kinds of torn, to be honest. I think that Matt Olson play is fantastic. I think the Matt Olson play is fantastic. And part of me really wants to run it straight in the Discord. But no, TJ, I was thinking Matt Olson total bases. And then, because it's the same game parlay boost, I would have to do somebody else. I was thinking Marcus Semien because the guy's just been hot. I mean, he was like a triple away, I think, from a cycle yesterday. And then Mookie, it'd be like plus 900. But I wouldn't do that if I ran Olson, you know, straight. That'd be silly to do. I'd have to then create a different parlay. So probably I'm running Belly in the Cubs. If that hits, then I'll run something else. But if I start out minus, then I might have to just kind of stop what I'm doing. What do you think about the Royals money line home dog? Padres slight home dog as well. Who do the Royals play? Oh. Alec Marsh has been pitching pretty good. But the Orioles, in my opinion, have I don't know. That's rough. Seeing as the Royals are at home, I would probably lean towards the Royals because of the home field advantage. I feel like those are probably some pretty even teams. The Orioles aren't hitting they're not hitting consistently. If the Orioles were like coming into that game hot, then I would say like Orioles all day. But since like they're kind of been like up and down, I would think that Kansas City probably has a better chance, especially being home, having that bottom of the ninth, at bat, everything like that. Then the Padres against the Blue Jays. Yeah, I would say Padres. I like the Padres. I think the Blue Jays are. I know TJ's a fan. Blue Jays aren't that good. They're just the bats. They're just offense hasn't really been there. So I would think Padres is probably a pretty good look there too. Man, that's almost a good like early up as well. Although I just like to take away teams for that. But then of course you want to take somebody that I don't know. I like to take away teams for the early up. Like part of me was looking at the Angels. I don't know who the Reds are throwing yet. It's still TBD on FanDuel. So like maybe the Angels for early up and like because it's just one of those spots. Like I was on them to score yesterday, and then like I could see them like putting up like some crooked number in the first or second inning, and I'll be like, of course they score now. You know what I'm saying? Like that always happens. So I don't wonder if maybe the Angels isn't a bad look. Although I'm not really sure how Tyler Anderson's been doing. But okay. Yeah, no run. That makes sense for that game. They're showing Nick Lodolo pitching on like this app that I'm looking at. Tyler Anderson has actually been pretty good. He went 7 innings, zero runs given up in both of them, and then he turned around and got hit by Boston, which is abnormal because I don't feel like Boston's that good. But all right, we'll skip any home run talk today. Probably skip. Honestly, it's still not really good for a home run lotto. If I come up with something later, I'll post it. I mean, we got all day, but wife works from home on Fridays now, so I need to probably hop out of here and see what's going on with the kids and everything like that. If you guys are interested in the UFL, me and Ty are going to record we had the technical issues for week 3. So we're going to record the week 4 podcast of the Boys of Spring. Me and him host it. I don't think we're going to go live, but if we do go live, pop in, should get a notification. We may record it and then just like post it tomorrow morning or something like that. But appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys back tomorrow at 11:30 as usual.